Sitting there, I tried to understand what was happening. When a waitress smiled too much at me, this girl became upset. Her new dating advice is like proposing we try a different restaurant. I asked, "Have you been feeling unhappy?" In case I missed something, maybe I should have noticed indications. "Not at all," she answered, taking my hand across the table. "I love you. I love us. This isn't about being unhappy, it's about making our relationship even better. Think about it. We could both have new experiences but still come home to each other. Lots of couples say it makes their connection stronger." Not knowing what to say, my thinking froze between confusion and panic. My appetite was gone. The food in front of me could have been cardboard. I entered something I didn't believe in, knowing I was losing her. She became thrilled and started talking about how we might set up dating app profiles together and how we should notify each other of upcoming dates, all of which she seemed to have already considered. I'm sitting there wondering, how long did she plan this? Rest of the night was odd. We watched TV as usual, but my mind raced. Sophie was cuddling with me on the couch, acting like everything was fine, like she hadn't just suggested changing our relationship. I kept wanting to return it and tell her I wasn't happy. I had no idea how. Every time I saw her browsing through her phone with a smile, I felt like I had made a big mistake. That night in bed, I couldn't sleep. Sophie lay cold next to me, serene, while I glanced at the ceiling, wondering what I had done. Part of me wanted to wake her awake and tell her I didn't want to share her. Some part of me was afraid. I was afraid she would do it or leave me if I said no. Her beauty and playfulness are obvious. I was most surprised by how quickly she met these guys. Within a week, she had 3 dates. 3. She showed me their profiles like we were discussing celebrity obsessions. She shoved her phone in my face. "Look at this one. He's a personal trainer at that fancy gym downtown. We're getting coffee tomorrow." I nodded, pretending this was usual. I felt queasy the first time she got dressed for a date. I had never seen her black clothing before. For this, she bought new outfits. She did cosmetics for an hour. She twirled as she left our bedroom. "How do I look?" she exclaimed. I said, "Great," knowing that dress probably cost more than she spends on our date nights. She returned home late that night, laughing. I feigned to sleep when she went to bed, but I heard her texting for an hour. She hummed while preparing coffee the next morning and pretended everything was wonderful. I noticed her schedule. Monday involved coffee with the gym guy. Wednesday supper with a lawyer. A food truck owner and I had drinks Friday. The range was intriguing. She always came home looking like she had the time of her life. I checked the Instagram locations she tagged. Not my proudest moment, but I needed to know the truth. I drove by the restaurant where she stated she was eating one night. She was at the bar with a tall suit-clad man cracking up. She held his arm and looked at him like she did at me. Distance between us. Her change at home was worse than seeing her with these guys.